Hello and welcome back to N2 the Chatterverse, where two gents share their 2 cents on pop media. I am Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
And I'm Bill, and I waited too long to take a picture of the decal on the hotel before it started falling down.
Wait, it started falling down?
Yes.
Wait, the alien Earth when it started falling?
Yes.
I have not seen that.
And it's exactly where you would think it was.
Is it the end? Is it the
It's
very
the end, where apparently the B team came in and didn't know what they were doing.
Oh, man. Okay. So, if you guys don't know, we are live and direct from San Diego Comic-Con. We came out here early, like super early. We've been here since Monday.
Yeah.
But with like the best of intentions. The idea was to see what is the city of San Diego like before the craziness of Comic-Con. And we got 2 full days of seeing it. First of all, do you like San Diego like as a general place? Like, would you visit on your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've only really been around the gas lamp.
Okay.
So, but that in itself is I think it's great.
Yes.
And I thought that, the 2 days that we had just to walk around and discover things, even the littlest things, was a lot of fun.
Nice. Yes, it was super, super nice, super sweet. Just today, I got to see Old Town San Diego, which I didn't even know there was such a thing. And so that's now something on my bucket list that we need to go visit as well.
Funny story, that's where I stayed.
Are you
the
serious?
First time I came.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. With that, because it's not too far away, but... No. When you first stayed out here, like Uber wasn't really a thing.
Nope.
So travel-wise, was that worth it? Like to be that far away? Like were the hotels less expensive enough to make it make sense?
Well, it was like the only thing we could get at the time.
Okay.
And it wasn't that expensive,
Okay.
especially if you look back.
Gotcha.
And we took the trolley.
Oh.
We got a basically a weekend pass. That we didn't need to pay for because everyone was just getting on and off.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They just jump when they don't care. It's like, look, it's coming.
In fact, my friend that I came out with was here this year, and we were talking about that. How we never had to pay. We should never had to pay for it, but we definitely probably would have had to pay for it this year because there was MTA guys around.
Oh,
with,
wow.
with scanners and stuff.
Okay, all right,
ready for you.
Listen, the changes happen, evolution happens.
Yeah.
That's what it is. One of the things that we really got to see, and it was the thing that I was most excited for, was like the building up of activations and the marketing material here at San Diego. Like one of the things that we've seen. It's kind of like a staple of the show, really, is how like the buildings in the surrounding area become a part of the presentation and merchandising, really, of the show. And we got to see that in action. Was there anything that actually surprised you in terms of what it takes to put this stuff up?
No, because I'd seen some of it last year.
Right.
And the the ad that they were putting on the side of the Bayfront.
Yes.
I was like, oh no, they'll be done with that in play time, and they got done with it on Wednesday.
It took so much time for them to do that. It's so bad.
I think what surprised me the most is going to go back to the Dole boat. It's like it was there, and it was loaded, and all of a sudden it woke up the next morning. I'm like,
gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Gone. Okay, so for those that don't know, like there's apparently, what do we call it, a shipping yard for Dole products? Because I don't even know what all Dole counts as. I mean, obviously it's fruit, but is there more than that? Does they do more than fruit? I feel like they should with a ship that big.
I have no idea.
I don't know either. But they have like a huge tanker boat that takes like trailers of Dole product on and off, and like literally they had like 2 like I don't know, they're attached crane hands that remove like the trailers off the boat and then put stuff on the boat, and we were like, are they ever gonna finish? And then it's just like one day gone.
Yeah.
Like what was it, Wednesday morning they were gone?
Yeah, it was Wednesday morning. Woke
crazy.
Up and I'm like, where is it?
Yeah. This is like such a big ship. Like you expect to hear it, like for no good reason. Like it's just that large. But before we do continue, I do got to give a big shout out to Rob Jefferson of Comics Explained, who hooked us up with a beautiful room at the Hilton Bayfront. This is such a glorious thing, and we really appreciate you, my friend. We wish you were here to hang out with us and chat, but in your stead, this room is pretty awesome. So thank you very, very much, man.
I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. The view was fantastic. Okay, so to that, we had been staying at the Hilton Bayfront the entire time, but we did move rooms. we had one view that was out where we got to see kind of, is this a bay? What do we call this?
Well, that was more like a train yard.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah.
Like you could see out in the distance. What is that bridge? Have you ever been on that bridge that's back there?
I've been on it once.
Once. That is 2 times too many. That bridge scares me so bad, dude.
I can understand that.
No, I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it. Where does it go?
To the island out there.
That's all I'll need to say. I don't
Yeah.
need to be on the island.
Yeah.
No, I'm good here. But so we got to walk around, see some things. One of the other things that we got to check out were restaurants. And we were very curious of the economic structure of the days before the show versus during the show. And while not necessarily obvious of the bump, there is a little bit of a bump in terms of pricing.
Yeah, because there was one place that I won't mention.
We won't tell them. We won't say it. We won't say it.
That had hamburgers.
Yes.
For $17.
$17. Now already that's
pretty high.
That is kind of high.
Yeah.
That's kind of high. We're from Ohio, guys.
And then magically on Wednesday they became $20.
No, wait. Let's jump into.
Okay, so when I first saw it, I'm like, it actually dropped in price down to 15.
Right.
I'm like, this really doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Make no sense.
And I'm looking around. I'm like, that's because it's the kids menu.
So yeah, there you go. Like the kids, and we
And
didn't
then
check
I'm like,
what that was before.
And then it's $20.
$20.
Like, yeah, that's exactly what I was
That's
expecting.
the bump
And that's
up.
all I checked. I'm
Yes,
like, I don't want to know anymore.
Right.
I've eaten at this place, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Now there was a place that we hit up quite a bit while we
Yeah.
were here, and they interestingly said that they were scaling down their menu, and I think that's kind of a smart move too. So if it's not a matter of changing the price, you just kind of like bring down what you offer.
Yeah, and I
make that easy.
You limit what people can ask for,
Yep.
and you're prepared for everything else.
Yes. I thought that was genius.
Yes.
And it just kind of goes to show like how the impact of San Diego as a economic structure, as a commerce thing here in the Gaslamp District is fully embraced. Like they know how to use this very, very well. And I think that's one of the things that is probably the most impressive outside of what the show itself offers is what the city does to kind of count, or like kind of acclimate to it. I think that's kind of brilliant. Were there any places that we saw that did not actually account for it very well? Like in your mind?
No, I think that they were pretty.
Okay.
Well, there was I passed by a restaurant that was closing last night right around 11 o'clock, and I thought that was weird.
Ooh, that is weird because I mean, there's plenty of people that would want to be out
especially on
there.
a Friday night.
Right. I will say I had a dinner at a place that, ideally speaking, is rather high end, and they seemed a little short-handed for Friday. Now I don't know if maybe. Okay, so from talks that we had today, we found out that the Hard Rock Hotel is basically completely booked out by the show, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe the idea was there wouldn't be as many people going to this particular high-end place because of its connection to Hard Rock, but there was like not enough staffers. Like there was a longer wait than you would expect. Fewer tables. Like there weren't that many people in there, but it still took like a while for certain things to happen, which I was like, this is kind of interesting for a place where the end result of the bill was close to $700.
Well, and then you look at a place that's like a half a mile away,
right?
That serves breakfast,
right?
And they nailed it.
Completely nailed it. I almost want to give them a shout out. Can we give them a shout out?
I refuse to give Richard Walker's a shout out.
I don't blame you.
And I only ate there 3 times.
That's it. That's all.
And amazingly enough, I was coming in going, yeah, I'm not going to eat there at all. And I ended up eating there 3 times.
3 times. Man, you failed at that.
But it wasn't, it's not like I don't want to eat there.
Sure.
It's just that I don't want to, there's usually a really long line to get in. But they've actually worked really hard on that
They
one.
really have. Like with that process, and I think this is really brilliant. Not only did they work out a line structure, but they actually worked with the owner or whatever of the space next door to them, so that they could use kind of the patio.
Yeah.
That's smart. Like that's acclimating to the event that you know is coming, has been coming this way over and over and over again. Literally saw a lady today who was like, yeah, I live down here, and now all of a sudden there's 200,000 people just out of nowhere. And it's like, ma'am, San Diego has been this for 50 years.
Yeah, I know. It was a shock. It just crept up on you.
It did.
And there's no signs anywhere.
None.
Yeah, and especially the ones that they don't advertise Tron Ares at all.
All right, so that's my mess up, y'all. Lots of signs for Tron Ares. I couldn't see them. I don't know why. This is like, I almost feel like I might need to get like medically checked out, because if it had continued, that would be grounds for some very severe.
I mean, the only thing I didn't do was go underneath it
it's
and
so
like
true.
point.
It's so true.
Point
You're
at
like
it.
pointing it. So here's okay. So what I can tell you is this: when you were pointing at it, it was the other side that I could see, and that doesn't say Tron Legacy or Tron Ares.
It
says
it's San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't see what you're looking at, and then it's just the other. Flag.
Because those always have two parts to them.
They do,
no matter what it is.
It was so bad. Okay, so of the activation things that we've seen, or the promotion things that we've seen, obviously the Tron Ares flags that I could not see.
Yeah.
We had Alien Earth that has a big old thing that's now falling off of the building, which is also funny. What else did we have out here? We had The Rookie, Abbott Elementary,
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, yes, that was another big one.
Adult Swim, which has been here forever.
Yes. Lots of stuff with Adult Swim, which is very, very cool. Brawl Stars.
Yeah.
Still don't know what that is. One dude said, what did he say? It was the thing about mayonnaise.
There's Superman, especially, with deodorant.
Oh, yeah. Did you go down there yet?
No, I didn't go down
there either.
You know why I didn't go down there?
Why didn't you go
because
down
there? The car,
Yeah.
like I would have totally wanted to do the car,
Yeah.
except for the ads.
Oh. All right.
And I was just like, I understand why the ads are there.
Sure.
But
no. Okay. All right. I get that. There is an Alien Earth activation that we haven't tried. Every time I thought about doing it, the line was just...
Well, the line is long at 9 a.m.
Yes, and that just kind of took me out of the desire for it. But there was one that we did get into line for, and it was the Fantastic Four Google Play activation.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so obviously there was like a lot of concern considering that Marvel Studios isn't here. We're not getting the traditional Hall H presentation,
right.
So there was kind of like a womp womp. But I gotta admit, this was a cool substitute.
Yeah,
because it was a fun, interactive thing. Didn't give anything away from the movie, which I really appreciated. I was kind of afraid that it was going to give us hints or whatever about the movie, and it did not. Wait, do you think it did?
No, I wasn't thinking that at all.
I totally was.
I didn't think they were that. I didn't think they'd be that dumb to do something
fair.
like that.
That's fair. I was just afraid. Like in some way, shape, or form, we were going to get something that was too telling, and it wasn't.
Okay.
4 activation zones. Each one themed after one of the Fantastic Four members. That's all I'll say. Absolutely brilliant. But one of the things that I thought was really interesting for this was the idea that you had to get in line to make a reservation to come back later.
Well, but that line went really quick.
It did. So that's kind of what I wanted to ask you was, do you think that was more in preparation for what San Diego has been in the past versus what the attendance seems to have been this time?
Well, they had an online registration that evidently crashed.
That's right.
So standing in line was the next best thing.
Gotcha.
And it allowed us to go do another activation, which was get free ice cream without a line.
I loved that they were just giving out those classic sherbet flavored like Spider-Man like faces.
Yeah.
However, I did have a complaint. I had one complaint. They didn't do the bubblegum eyeballs. And I don't know, is that something that they don't do anymore? Is it a choking hazard?
I am unaware of bubblegum eyeballs.
You don't remember the bubblegum eyeballs?
No, I've never had those before today. And it also was, yesterday, and it was my idea.
It was your idea, and I appreciate you for it. It was a great idea. The perfect snack after waiting in line for a little while.
Yeah.
It was good. And then coming back for the actual, what?
No, the coming back part. It was your reservation's at 1:30.
Oh, my
be there
God.
at 1.
And we didn't go in till 2:00. Like that's right. It was 2. Like when we finally got in, wasn't it?
It was but we were done at 3.
Right.
Because the system crashed.
So yes. Okay.
The system crashed when we were there.
Right. Like we were supposed to get pictures, and it crashed on us, and it was so friggin' bad. Like that kind of hurt me. But I did actually take mine again, which was good and proper, and it looks hilarious. Maybe I'll share it on social media. Maybe I won't because it's silly. But I think overall, like that activation was probably the one that I was most looking forward to. So I was glad that we got to that one. Now, speaking of the population of the show this weekend and how it's different, do you feel like it is actually like lower numbers than normal?
No.
See, I feel like we can move around so much better, like through the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, but I think they've got the lines down better.
Yeah,
because they had lines out in outside of the hall.
Oh,
so they had people holding out there.
Okay,
they had the lines inside.
Yeah,
still, and then the lines for everything outside, they had them basically where they used to do Hall H kind of stuff. They got the lines down.
Okay, so my reasoning for it mostly was I came through 2 times coming back from being out and about in the gas lamp, coming back to the hotel. I was able to get what would be our Hall H line wristbands.
Right.
Just walking through. And they were not like later in the lettering system that they normally are.
No. It's
like,
probably B's.
Yeah. Like both times it was B's.
Because no one wants to go. Well, no, it's not no one. Less people wanted to go to Hall H, but they still sold all the badges before.
We're still here.
The program, so the people are here.
Okay, all right.
They're just doing other things, and I'm sure you'll hear from some of the vendors.
Yeah.
That.
Do you think they did better?
They
sales
probably
wise?
did better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what was it? The year that the strike was on, and so many things that couldn't be said. So okay, all right. I mean, that's good for them. Like overall, I think that's a wonderful thing. I did appreciate where it felt like there were less people to kind of navigate between, especially out on the street. Now, on the show floor, I felt like there were a bunch of people preview night. Like, preview night had so many people, it was almost uncomfortable.
Well, I think they were all gathered in one spot. Because remember, when we got away from that spot, it opened up a little more until you get to Artist Alley because everything's so...
All of it.
On top of each other.
All right. So... with Hall H not having all the features that we normally would have seen, we kind of skipped it this year. Do you feel like we missed something by choosing that?
If you listen to other people, yes.
Okay.
I don't feel that way because a lot of it was TV shows. It's. I even sat in on one today.
Which one?
And it was for the newest Anne Rice show.
Oh, okay.
And they said the magic words, "I can't wait for you to see it."
Oh,
type thing. And they're like, they're telling some things like, well, I can't, I don't think I can answer that question. They ask someone a question, and they're like, he goes,
I can't answer that.
I love San Diego. He said a little bit more than that, but that was basically
it's the most non-answer.
And I think I answered the question.
Yeah.
In other words, he wants to be able to come back.
Yes. So I'm not going to say nothing.
Yeah,
That's
so
it's my job.
I wanted to see Project Hail Mary, but then we saw that.
We did.
CinemaCon.
Yes. I did wonder how much of a difference anything would be between what we saw in CinemaCon versus what they see.
I would have liked to have seen that, but also it would have ended up being probably exactly what we saw, and I'm like, we just saw this in April.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to see Peacemaker because I was hoping that he would say something about Supergirl or Lanterns, which apparently he did not.
So we made the right call.
Right.
Okay.
I did not step foot in Hall H.
Not at all.
I didn't step foot in a line to get into Hall H.
Right.
I mean, we went and looked at the lines from time to time.
Yes.
And then when we moved rooms, we could see them.
We're like, there it is.
Yeah, it's right there.
Nope.
Don't need to go down there.
Not doing it.
Like I said, I think they did a great job with the lines. I think that was the big thing because with less people going to Hall H, they were doing all the activations.
Right. And that's a good thing that I think San Diego does really well is have multiple things for people to do no matter what. Yeah. I think I even like I think I've seen a couple of things online that things for you to do at San Diego if you don't have a badge. And I think that's even smart too because again, it's building that culture of what San Diego is that even if you're not at the show proper, you're at the show and there are things for you to do to enjoy.
Well, I think you can do the activations without a badge, right?
Right.
Because you could definitely do the ones for the Fantastic Four without a badge.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a requisite at all. Yep. Nope. They just you sign up for the thing, you do the thing. That's that. Not bad. Now, did you buy anything at all?
I just bought a $10 Red Bull at the hotel, which I was not very happy. The guy's like, that'll be $10.18. I said, for a Red Bull? And he's like, yeah, sorry.
A Red Bull, one.
He apologized.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. I get it. I think hotels and airports have this special, like, allowance of commerce growth for simple products. Things that, like, literally, if you just... The convenience of it is what they get you on.
I get that, but the surge pricing
is so bad.
Should more than make up for that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I did buy stuff, just not at the show. I actually went to a Barnes & Noble that was built into an old theater. So I was like not just going to a chain store. It was kind of special and new to me, at least, and bought a couple of books. I don't know if there's anything that I specifically want to buy. I do know that I do have a couple of trade paperbacks to pick up. Big shout out to Ghost Machine that I'm going to grab from them. But I don't know if there's other like collectibles or things like that I want to buy. And I'm not really like a big collectible person. The one store that I absolutely was looking for, I don't even know how to pronounce the name of the store. It's like NG, I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's like an art bookstore. Like they do like art books, and I've gotten something from there almost every year, and I can't find them. I don't know that they're here this year. So that really kind of disappointed me. It's probably something I should have looked for and didn't.
Well, I'm shocked that you couldn't find it on the app that is almost completely worthless.
It's not a great app.
No.
Respectfully, it's not. Like in terms of finding different events, maybe that might be helpful.
It's not even good for that. I mean,
I tried.
The app, like online, you can, I want just Hall H.
Yeah.
But on the app, I couldn't
you cannot do that.
I couldn't figure it out.
No.
And, maybe just being old, but also I kind of know technology, so.
It's kind of your job.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't even really rely on that part. I think the thing that I didn't like the most about the app is that I realized that there are certain like programming features that weren't there, like actual panels that weren't showing up right away. So big shout out to my buddy Joe Deckelmeyer, who is with Screen Rant. He had a panel today at 2:00, and when he first was telling me about it, I go to the schedule and I can't find it. I actually have to look up what he told me it was called before it would pop up for me. So that was kind of weird. I didn't like that one at all. But luckily, that was one of the panels that I did get to see. We did get to sit in on a couple of cool panels. And I think you had some really interesting thoughts on the DC All In What's Next panel. One, looking at the Absolute Universe.
Yeah.
I love your question. It's such a good question about... We'll just leave it with Absolute Batman. And would you mind just sharing that with the people out there?
Well, I like the fact that they're changing it up.
Yes.
But why does Bruce Wayne have to become Batman?
And that is a brilliant question. Now, obviously, there's some people that could be like, because he's Batman. But no. Hear the question sincerely. If the idea is that everything is different, is there nothing else that Bruce Wayne could have become? Like, why was it that Batman was the end result of what this whole thing was aiming for him? It's a fun, brilliant story for how he got there. Like, don't get me wrong. Big shout out to Scott Snyder for what he set up there, Nick Dragotta on the artwork. But the idea that he had to get to Batman, I think is interesting. Like, what would happen if, in this new Absolute Universe, Bruce decided to be a Robin?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
I would just go with, a character that you're familiar with, but not necessarily has a name in the DC universe.
Got you. It's a great question, and I think it does kind of speak to the we'll call it the marketing idea that the Absolute Universe is the equivalent of the Ultimate Universe, which interestingly also got reborn at Marvel within the same time period. So obviously these like extracurricular story, ventures or variations is big business, and the comics are like trying to use this to kind of bring back readers. But the Absolute Universe is really winning right now in a big bad way. So
it was Scott Snyder that said that like it kind of lit a fire under him, right? And I'm like, that's great.
Yes. We want you to have fun.
Yeah.
But when you're having fun, we're having fun.
Yeah. But take these characters
to new places.
Yeah. They don't necessarily have to have the same names.
Right.
Keep it familiar with Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, whatever. but Clark Kent could become Captain Farmer for all I care.
Captain Meteor. He's
Captain
Meteor.
4-H. There you go.
4-H. Yes.
Or the 4-H. Huh?
It's a deep pull right there. That's funny. No, that was a fun panel. Seeing some of the stuff they have coming. I think the DCKO series is going to be if it's done right, and this is the hard part. This is the hard part. If it's done right, it will be an elementary school kid's dream.
Yeah.
But it's got to, like, and honestly, like, I as a grown-up, yes, there is a matter of silliness behind it. But if they market it to little kids, and I know that's not going to be the point, like, it's absolutely the antithesis of the point, but I think that is the audience for that project because it is such a rock'em sock'em, like, story concept.
Well, and to that, the whole KO part of it bothers me.
I get it.
It bothered me anyway
Yeah.
when I thought it was knockout, and then
Right.
to find out that it's not that.
It's not.
It still bothers me.
Okay, all right.
It could have been anything else, almost.
Do you feel like the reason why it's kind of problematic is because we just came off of a DC extended property that was broken down into 4 letters, and you can't help but hear it in the same way? Because I felt that way. I'm not going to lie. Like, DCKO, DCEU, I'm like, that just is something about it.
It's not that.
Okay.
It's just that it lacks originality.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that.
It's like calling something Crisis over and over and over.
What? How very dare you?
Yes, I
It's a
know.
DC staple.
Yeah.
Or Marvel in their wars. Secret.
And also Civil 1 and 2.
I mean, it happens. It happens. Were there any other panels that you got to sit in on that you really enjoyed?
The one on the show Ghosts.
Okay.
Which I enjoyed only from the standpoint was that I didn't realize there were already 4 seasons of the show.
I don't know that that's a good thing.
And they, they renewed it for 2 more years. So they have, and then found out that there's 22 episodes. So it's like a normal TV show.
Okay. Not bad.
It's got an interesting premise behind it, and it may be something I would check out.
Okay.
Like I was that interested in it,
Right.
As opposed to the Anne Rice one.
You didn't mention how there's a certain place that if you stand and look at the promotional for the Anne Rice Lestat show, it's dirty.
Yeah, I that was between us.
No. We're putting that out there for the world. The phrase is "scream for me," but there's a palm tree that if you stand just right,
Yep.
the S disappears. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Dirty. The panel that I most enjoyed was the one on Kickstarter. There was a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was 4 folks total that had a strong background in Kickstarters, running them, marketing them, all these fun things. And I got a chance to tell them about my current Kickstarter, the Kinder Wonders, already funded, many days to go. Check it out. And what was great was like literally putting me on the spot. It was fantastic because my question, because I always try to do that, is ask a really good question. And I'm like, hey, listen, I've got a Kickstarter that's current right now. We've hit our funding goal, but we've hit the plateau. What is the best way to kind of jumpstart, more interaction engagement with the campaign? And the moderator, Jeremy, he was like, well, you've got like 100 people in the room right now. Pitch it to us. And I'm like, oh, snap. Like, way to put it back on me in that way. I was like, I loved that he flipped it right back. And so I did, and the room was like, oh, actually, we really like that. We've actually gotten a couple of pledges from it. I'm hoping that, obviously, while I would have loved for the entire room to suddenly pledge to the Kickstarter, we are at San Diego Comic-Con. That is a lot to expect.
And the fact that you've got people to do it, that's pretty good.
It's absolutely great. Absolutely great. So I'm not complaining at all. But I am fingers crossing that, after the show, within the next 2 weeks, the next pay cycle, because the campaign will still be live, that people, are making up, recouping from what they spent at San Diego and start pledging. But that was one of my favorite ones. We also sat on one about pitching to other media. And what did you think of that one?
I think the premise is great.
Yes.
I think some of the information is pretty good.
Yeah.
Then you get to the part where they're like, well, as long as what you have is good.
Yes.
And I'm like,
It doesn't tell us anything.
That's just like saying if you write a good story, people will read it.
Right. And I think one of the things that, let me ask this. Do you think that there's a measure of safety involved where if they try to define what is good to you, for you, that they are now on the hook if it does or does not work?
No.
Okay.
I think if they read that much into it, they shouldn't be doing panels.
I can't argue that. That's a fair point. So do you think that they just don't know how to answer that part?
No, I don't think they know.
Okay.
I think that they hit lightning in a bottle, and good for them.
Yeah.
But also, the people put the work in, and so it wasn't just like, they made a video,
right,
and it went viral, and all of a sudden they've got
I think that's
500,000 subscribers.
Right. Because I think that's one of the hard parts of this kind of culture where you have any measure of success, you're applauded, you're lauded, you're put up on a pedestal, and if somebody turns around and goes, well, how did you do it? If you don't fully understand exactly what it was, and I think one of the big things, and it's kind of led into the question that I asked, which kind of got answered but kind of not, was if you had to start all over, what do you know that you would need right now? Like, what is it that, you now have this understanding of, through all of this, I learned this particular thing that would have gotten me to where I am right now that much faster. And I think that would be, considered good content, but nobody can answer that. So that happens. Overall, if you had to rate the show for this week, what would you give it?
I'd give it 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I would say 4 out of 5. I think I had a little bit more fun because I had things that I got to do that I can't talk about yet. So I think that elevated it just a little bit higher for me.
All right, that's not fair.
What?
Not talking about it. It's not fair because this was a meeting that was set up before.
I know.
Okay, I know. So I don't think that counts.
It's got to count.
No.
Come on.
No, because it's not part of the show.
No. Okay.
No.
Let me pitch to you why it is a part of the show. Every year that this person that I met with has been here, we've met here.
Yeah.
And so it's a staple of the show for me.
Did you meet last year?
Why do I think we did?
You didn't.
No? He wasn't here last year, was he?
No.
It was the year before, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Okay. That's what elevated it. There you go, because I missed him. But we'll see. We'll have some.
And also, it was off campus.
What? Does that count?
I think that counts.
Come on.
I think that counts.
It's in a promotional space.
I think that counts.
All right, fine. That's fine. Then I guess
I could give you other reasons too.
That's fair. We'll leave it at 3.5.
But
how about that?
That's fine.
Yeah.
You could have left it at 4. That's fine too.
Overall, though, I think this was a great experience. Definitely one that I love is on our continued roster every year for us to come and see. San Diego is a beautiful place. Comic-Con makes it crazy, but in the most fun way possible. Mm-hmm. And if you've never been to San Diego Comic-Con, I highly recommend you do it. Just getting the news updates that come out afterwards is not enough. You got to smell the air, see the people, and enjoy all of this for yourself. Highly recommend. Ladies and gents, if you've never been here, put it down below why you've never been to San Diego Comic-Con. I definitely want to hear it so I can rebuke you and just really talk you up into coming. And who knows, maybe next year we'll do a Into the Chatterverse meetup, and that'll be a reason for people to come. Mm-hmm. I say why not? Because we now have hit 50 subscribers. Did you know that?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. We got 50 subscribers. That's like a room full of people listening to us every time we drop an episode. So thank you guys for the subscriptions. We definitely appreciate it. I am Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
And I'm Bill, and I now have to learn how to edit.